I have genuinely attempted all the available methods to receive funds in Colombia from overseas, specifically to receive international money transfers, and this is the most effective. Today, I will be elaborating in detail on which among all the available methods is the most effective and why. However, for that, we must discuss each one thoroughly to provide you with the final verdict. Initially, we have Bancolombia, which is a financial institution located in Colombia where individuals have the option to establish a savings account and subsequently receive international money transfers directly through their account. Now, the disadvantage is that you have to open an account with them, and the advantage is that why am I talking about Bancolombia and no, it's not sponsored? Why am I not talking about Da Vivienda? Why am I not talking about Colpatria, BBVA, etc., etc.? That allow receiving international transfers because Bancolombia is proven, and you can ask anyone who receives international transfers that it charges the least, first of all, and offers the highest rate for, let's say, each currency. Therefore, if they send you euros and dollars, it is the institution that provides the most favorable rate, which is advantageous for us because we ultimately receive a greater amount of money. Now, as I was saying, the disadvantage is that here at Bancolombia, we absolutely have to go to products and services, then scroll down to where it says accounts and definitely open a savings account with them. In other words, it is not possible for us to receive funds on this platform unless we possess a savings account with them. Therefore, we would be required to establish one, enroll in one of their plans, and occasionally they necessitate a visit to a physical branch to initiate the account and subsequently be eligible to receive international money transfers. The downside of this difference from the others we're going to be discussing is that, well, you open the account and you have to keep it forever, meaning that account remains associated with you. So it's something you can close later if you want, but it's cumbersome because when you close the account, they ask you why and several other questions. This is exceptionally beneficial for individuals who already possess an account with Bancolombia. If you already have such an account, trust me, it is among the most straightforward and uncomplicated methods to receive monetary funds. The individual who intends to send you money from the United States, from Spain, from Europe in general, or from Asia merely requires your SWIFT code. You simply conduct a search for the Bancolombia SWIFT code on Google and it appears. It is uniform for everyone. It is Colombi. You just provide them with this code, your account number, and your name. And with that information, the person, regardless of their location, will be able to send you money in a simple and quite effortless manner. Now, this is the initial method. As I previously mentioned, it is exceptionally beneficial, but primarily for individuals who already possess a Bancolombia account or do not find it burdensome or an additional effort to establish an account at this bank. Now, let's proceed to discuss the subsequent method, which is one I utilized extensively at the beginning, and that was Western Union. Western Union is quite advantageous. In fact, here we have one of their service fees, which is 4.90 for sending monetary funds, meaning the individual sending you money would incur this charge. It's practically available in any region of the world, so it's quite advantageous in that regard. Additionally, there are numerous instances where I observe that individuals interested in the topic of sending and receiving money tend to be older individuals, meaning people who lack extensive technological knowledge, who are uncertain if they desire to open a Bancolombia account, register on a particular platform, perform this or that, but let's say they are individuals who are not very acquainted with this technological subject. Therefore, this is one of the optimal methods if you desire the individual receiving the money or even sending the money to accomplish it in a straightforward manner at a branch, because Western Union has various branches globally and in Colombia as well. And to receive the money, you can do it to receive it directly into your bank account. If it's an older individual, the money simply arrives in their account, or they can also do it through cash pickup. They need to have the payment number and their identification card. Because the money will be sent to their ID, they have to go to a physical location and receive the money. It's very straightforward, very uncomplicated. And the other aspect, let's say not so favorable, is the limitation that we are restricted to 3,000 euros, meaning if we input here more than 30,000, 3,000, it won't permit us to perform the calculation because it states it's not feasible. Here I am performing the calculation from Spain, but obviously you can execute transfers from other locations. So there you simply calculate this, and originating from Switzerland, or if the individual dispatching the monetary funds is located there, they can effortlessly utilize the Western Union application if they opt to do so. Indeed, it is indicated here that one can either send money online or visit a physical Western Union branch. The sender merely requires your pertinent details, which involves specifying that the funds are destined for Colombia, along with providing the recipient's identification number and full name. It is exceedingly straightforward, among the most uncomplicated methods available, and it functions effectively if you prefer to receive cash. Numerous platforms transmit money virtually to their respective accounts, necessitating a withdrawal process which might not be preferable for some individuals. So this is the subsequent method that I employed at that time, and honestly it functioned quite effectively for me. However, I'm one of those individuals who find it somewhat stressful because, for instance, in Colombia, we are aware that in certain locations or in most areas there's a considerable amount of insecurity. Therefore, when you proceed to withdraw your funds, if it surpasses a specific amount, it's unpleasant to be in a location in a store withdrawing money and then you depart with that apprehension. You always have to be on the lookout for a bank branch to deposit the money, because if not, who knows what might occur, since they probably observed me with the bills I was handed. Well, you start imagining all sorts of scenarios because we're in Colombia, and sometimes it tends to be like that. So that's why I say it's a beneficial method, but I altered it because I prefer to receive the money directly into my account or on a platform where I know I can access it at any time. I don't have to leave my residence or put myself at risk or anything of that nature. Now, let's transition to the subsequent topic, which pertains to two distinct platforms. One is Dollar App and the other is Global 66. To begin, let's discuss Dollar App. In fact, I'll demonstrate the application here so you can observe it on the screen. Once you establish your account, you simply select Add Money, and here you'll discern what you wish to add. Naturally, since we're in Colombia, we won't be adding pesos directly, because for that, we provide the account number to the individual who will send us money or to whom we will dispatch money. Here we have two alternatives, one through dollars, actual dollars. You'll observe this on the page, or rather within the app on my phone. I'll obscure my name, the bank's name, the account number, the routing number, the account type, and the commission they impose on us is genuinely impressive because, for instance, this is primarily for those who can send you dollars, specifically American dollars, and if they are in the United States, Panama, or any location that accepts dollars and transmits money to US accounts, this is the optimal option for you. Here you simply furnish the bank's name, your account number, the routing number, the account type, and the fee they'll impose on you, which is merely $3, and then you receive the actual dollars. You might ponder, well, I received the monetary funds here, and what do I have to do? Well, this particular platform provides a feature called cards, which are tangible physical cards they issue to you. In fact, I have it physically somewhere, but you can also access it within the application. This card allows me to make payments here in Colombia at any location I choose at any time, and it converts Colombian pesos into dollars. For instance, I don't have Colombian pesos in the account. I have dollars currently amounting to $512, so I can utilize those dollars in Colombia, and if I prefer not to spend them but wish to withdraw them, I simply click on the small airplane icon below, send it, and transfer it directly to one of my accounts in Colombia, such as NU, Bancolombia, or another location if that's my preference. This is exceedingly beneficial for work-related matters, as numerous individuals have accounts in the US or an LLC there, making it more convenient to send money through this method and receive it here in a straightforward manner. The subsequent method we have is quite similar. We click on Add and euros appear. This account is situated in Ireland, so for individuals who wish to send euros from Spain, France, or similar countries that utilize the euro, it's also very straightforward because sending money between European accounts is quite simple. You merely provide the beneficiary's name, the country, the IBAN, the account type, and the commission is €3. In this scenario, it's dollars when you transfer in dollars and €3 when you transfer in euros. Once the transfer is executed and you receive the money, you can observe the euro balance at the top. Note that these are digital dollars and euros, not physical dollars that you withdraw. Once you have this, it operates in the same manner. You can convert it to euros, from euros to dollars, or directly send money to the account, specifying which account you wish to send euros to, and you can withdraw it directly. Or like me, most of the time, the money I receive here is either to transfer again to accounts in the United States, like when I transferred to two brokers, XTB and Interactive Brokers, which I recently made a video about, or to make daily payments at the restaurant around the corner because it's money I have available and can spend here. Furthermore, a significant advantage this app provides is that if you travel to the United States, Ecuador, or a dollarized country, you don't need to concern yourself with converting pesos to dollars. You can recharge here, utilize the peso function, deposit your pesos, or simply use the payments you've previously received. You take that balance and use it wherever you desire. For example, you go to Ecuador, Panama, or the United States and pay. If something costs $5, then $5 are deducted here, meaning it's a one-to-one conversion. The same applies to the euros that appear here, which is very advantageous. It's just an option I leave for you in case you're interested. Now let's proceed to the final option, which I believe is also quite beneficial. The last option is Global 66, which operates as follows. You create your account, and you can have accounts in various currencies like the I will simply copy it and open some notes here, then paste it. I just remove my name, but these are the details we would give to someone to send us money to this account. So again, it's very simple and easy to receive money, and it works the same way with the Euro account or the other accounts that appear here. It's very easy, very practical, and it also works in the same way as the previous one. We will have the possibility of having a card called a smart card. What this card does is allow you to choose which currency you want to spend from the ones you have available. So it's very simple, because if you go to a country that has one of the currencies that appear here, you just pay without having to think about conversions or anything. The other thing is that you can convert those euros or dollars that you receive into Colombian pesos. Here it says convert. At the moment I don't have any, but it would give you the option to convert. You simply change the currency you want to convert, for example dollars to Colombian pesos. Then you enter how many dollars you want to convert, and it will show you how much that is in Colombian pesos, along with the rate they are paying you, which is generally lower than the current market rate. Keep in mind that many of these platforms tell you that they don't charge, that it's completely free, that you can receive money at any time without any problem at zero cost, but they don't mention that there is a spread, a difference in the price, and that price ends up going to them. For each peso there might be, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 pesos in some cases, and that goes to them, and in the end we don't notice it as much. And well, once you have this, as I was saying, you can spend it with your card or directly click where it says withdraw. You click here. Understood? And once you have successfully converted it to Colombian pesos, you can withdraw it to a bank account in the same manner it worked in Dollar app. Presently, these are the most effective ways to receive money or international transfers in Colombia, because they are exceptionally practical and very straightforward. And here I have included all the top ones, meaning all the ones I mentioned are personally the best for me, because you could be discussing others like Wise, which is also quite excellent, but the fees for Colombians are somewhat high. We can additionally discuss various other types of money transfers such as Remitly and other similar platforms, but those tend to start becoming somewhat more complex. Here, I tried to combine everything that is the easiest with what will bring us the most money and is also the most practical and simple to use. So as you saw during the video, let's say if you want to receive any of these currencies that appear here, then your option is global. If you desire a card that enables you to receive funds and utilize them right away and subsequently transfer them to various destinations such as interactive brokers, a brokerage, an investment, or other individuals' accounts, then you will have it accessible here. If you want to move on to something more like receiving it physically, perhaps for older people, as I was saying, to feel it more real, because I know it's also a problem that many have and they constantly search for this type of video because they've seen many platforms on the internet and are wary of sending money through one or the other, and the ones I'm mentioning are completely reliable. What we always aim for is to make it easy and simple, and many of these applications do just that. So if you want to do something in a more physical and reliable way with an entity that has a huge history like Western Union, then you do it through Western Union. I'll leave all the links in the description, including the link to Bancolombia if you want to open an account there. As I mentioned, it's not sponsored or anything like that. It's just that based on my experience receiving transfers from various banks, that's the one that has worked best for me and has given me the least trouble. With that said, see you next time. I hope this video was helpful to you. Bye bye.